raw material, natural gas 56%, coal 43%, diesel fuel 1%, equals 100% resources for producing electricity by the Israel Electric Corporation. All are produced using a polluting global supply chain. Electricity is everywhere, among other things in the human body. Our cells specialize in transmitting electrical currents. Energy pulsates within us and makes up everything around us. In a world where energy is always available, the human body has become benchmark for planning. The available energy changes the architecture and also the way in which it is perceived. The available energy did not only change the status of architecture, but actually made it first and foremost the carrier of energy movement in the world. It changed the perception of space, the perception of the city, and our human shared perceptions. Power station, the space in which energy is produced industrially. The Israeli power stations can be simulated as a ring of energy. The power stations stream their output energy to any random point of consumption, carrying out the production-consumption equation. The power station is losing its spatial importance and could eventually become a gap in the urban scene. From east, the Yarkon River flows, and from the west, the coastline. From the north, an urban neighborhood in renewal consists of 16,000 units, along with massive construction of employment and trade centers. Reading's future as a museum, the massive urban renewal, and the river connecting to the sea all lead to the creation of the osmotic power plant. We are now in the planning capsule. From here, through screens, we will control the energy established spaces. As freshwater and saltwater meet, a natural process of osmosis takes place. This process takes place naturally in the Yarkon estuary. Large and useful amounts of energy can be produced as a result of the friction point between fresh and salt water. The osmotic power is capable of producing pressure that can drive a turbine to produce electricity. Osmotic power plant with the area of 3,500 square meters can supply energy to approximately 16,000 households. The new osmotic power plant includes cycles of water pumping, assuring their return to nature. Water is being pumped out of the Yarkon River. It flows to the first half of the osmotic plant's volume and a few meters away returns back to the river. At the same time, water is being pumped from the sea with a salinity of 3.7%. The salt water make its way to the power plant and arrive at the first stop, the pressure exchanger. The turbine complex, the space in which the energy is converted to electricity. In the following stage, the water returns to the sea after being boiled and cleaned. The electricity that has just been produced is not part of the national distribution chain. There is no storage of energy. High voltage is now ready for distribution. Back to the planning capsule. The industrial landscape and the production history of the buildings both play a central role in the redesign of the complex. The planning emphasizes the immediate urban and civic context, from a structure of machines to a space of human production. The building consists of numerous levels and raised floors. The geometry of the rectangular volumes make it possible to produce a new design that involves internal and external moments, along with different civic programs such as display, exhibition, and performance. The two historic buildings are separated but still manage to retain mutual industrial relations. Today, the movement of people, goods, and things happen in reciprocity. Through the passageway, you can reach the work and production spaces and move from reading A to reading B. Many goods flow through the back entrance of the Reading B building, which includes unloading of materials, transporting them indoor for storage or use, and finally providing civic storage in the hectic city. The new power station provides an opportunity for landscape planning. The water pipe coming out of the turbine structure contains high water pressure. The water pressure breaks down in the transition between pools of clean water. The end of the factory and beginning of nature. A new opportunity to refine an old and familiar idea of physical activity around the reading complex, in immersion, in being, and in observation. Last voltage, low. The planner space,